You can use serial numbers to track your inventory in Rental Manager 3. The kind of inventory you might do this for would be technical equipment such as mobile radios, AV, lighting, and other production equipment, tools, and indoor and outdoor machinery and construction equipment. I'm on an item code listing in the inventory screen, and that's where you keep your serial numbers. So you've got your item code listed with all of its pertinent information, and then you click on the Add Change Serial Number or Maintenance Info, and that opens up a serial number screen for that inventory item. Now, I have already scanned in my 4 serial numbers for my Sanyo projector. So I have 4 of those projectors, all the same make and model number, and I've scanned them into my serial number screen. I can put in my acquisition date for each one, which is important for your insurance. I can also, for all of my machinery that I track by usage and I want a maintenance program for, that's where I would keep track of it right here. And the program will help you do that. So once you've got your serial numbers listed, if you want to print barcodes, labels for them, you would come into this part of the program and click on the Rental Manager tab at the top of the screen, which opens this toolbar. Then you click on Inventory Functions and click on Inventory Barcodes. This is the screen that shows you every serial number that you have listed in the program, and it gives you a selection of ways to create your labels, and you would need to play with that. I found that the 3-up item serial labels works quite well, and you would need to play with it and play with your scanner to get the right combination for you in your business. You can preview the labels, you can print them, and once you've got all of that set up, then you can scan things into your program. You can use it without scanning. You can use serial numbers without scanning. So once that is ready, then you can start to use the serial numbers in your program. So I've opened an order. This is an order that was already taken by the order desk. It's for production equipment. And in my order, I have 2 of those Sanyo projectors that we were just looking at on the inventory screen. Now, I've listed them twice because if I'm sending them out by serial number, I can only put a quantity of 1 in each item line so that I can pull the serial number in with that item number. So they're listed twice. And now I am going to come into my order. I am packing everything up. I've pulled all of my equipment and I'm ready to put the serial numbers in as I pack it. There's absolutely no point in my order desk putting in the serial numbers. Their job is to check the quantity and make sure I have enough for that day, and if I'm overbooked, to make sure that there have been items sub-rented so that I have the right quantity. Now it's my job to pack them up. I've pulled my inventory, and now I want to come into the item lines and make sure that I've got the right serial numbers listed for each item that is going to be sent out that way. So all I have to do now is click on the pull down box at the end of my projector line, and there are my serial numbers. So I'm going to choose the one I have in my hand. That's done. I'm going to my next line with the projector, and please note that the one that I checked off first with ending in BC is not in my list anymore. So the minute I have pulled one serial number into an order, the program checks that off as being in use, and it will not let you put it in again. Even if you're scanning it in, it will not let you put in the same serial number twice. So now I would choose the next one that I have going out the door. Now the next item on my list is a tripod, and I have a quantity of 2 here, which means I'm not going to send them out with serial numbers. I'm just going to put the 2 in my order and see what else I need to worry about as far as a serial number. And here's my DJ System #1 package. I can see on the box it has a serial number. I want to make sure it's listed. Click on the pull down tab. There's my number 3 that I have on my box, and now everything that I have with a serial number on it is listed in my order, so that my customer will see that, and the person picking up the returns will see that and make sure they have the right serial numbers as they come back. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like on the contract. There it is. The 3 items with serial numbers are all listed here. The 2 that don't have them have also been added into the order. I'm going to close this. Now I'm going to show you the way I would do an order if I had multiple items of one inventory code. For example, mobile radios. If you were sending out mobile devices for any kind of concert or big event, you might, I've put in an order of 7 here because that's the quantity I have in my system. But if my main rental item was different kinds of mobile devices, I could easily have an order for 100 or 200 for a weekend fair or conference, that sort of thing. So what I would think is that the order desk, when they're taking the order for this, would just put in the 1 item. They wouldn't try and list them all. They would put in the quantity needed. This could say 100, it could say 250. And then it would be wise to just create a note of that. So you've got the correct number, and I'll show you why in a minute, sitting in the notes section of your order, and that will also show up on the contract. So when it comes time to fill this order, now you're going to have to put in serial numbers for every single item, if that is the way you want to track them, and make sure you've got them all back, the correct serial numbers. So at that point, you would come into the order, you would count out the number of devices that you need, make sure you've got them all in one spot. Come into your order, click on your item line, change this quantity in your first item line now to 1, because now you're going to scan everything into your order, and it's going to be an easy process for you. So I've got my quantity of 1, coming over. The first one, it will take a few seconds more to do. Coming over, and I'm ready to scan in now. I just click enter. And no, I have to put it in the right spot. There I am. I'm going to scan in my first one. There it is. Now I won't be able to scan that one in again. So even if I put it in the wrong place, I will not be able to scan it in again. So from here on in, it's an easy and very quick process for you to do. Notice that my cursor has now, I'm just pointing to it, has jumped to the next line, because I've set my tabbing speed for this computer now to a medium 2 tabbing speed. You can do that on the local user station preferences, and it just makes it quite a smooth process. So I'm scanning in my item number, I hit enter, I scan in my serial number. I'm at the next line. I scan in my inventory code, hit enter, scan in my serial number. Again, item code, enter, serial number, and so on. You just keep going. So it's very easy for you to do. At the right spot. There we go. Hit enter, serial number. You just keep moving down. And there. I have my 7 in. I can check that quite easily because each one of these items is going to be $20 for my weekend, and I know the quantity that I have, and it's very easy to tell that my subtotal price here is a multiple of 7. So $140. I've got my 7. I can check my view of it, have a look, make sure it looks okay. There's my order. All my items are listed and each one has a serial number. And if your order is a long one, like 100 or 200, then you're going to have several pages of it. But your customer will also have that list when they get it, and you will have that handy when everything comes back to make sure you've got them all, which is very important. So our next video will show you how to use our new serial scan-in number screen, and the program will mark, you can see right here where it says return, the program will be marking everything in the returned box so that you will be able to see at a glance what came back and if anything didn't and which one it is.